This is Katie Johnston here, and today's day number 35 in my video challenge for 2016, and I want to talk to you about self-belief. I've been running a poll on my Facebook fan page about the biggest mental challenge people have to the success in their online business, and most people have said self-belief is something that they find the most difficult. So let's talk about self-belief and how it affects our results. First of all, what is self-belief? And it's tied up in a lot of things. It's about belief in your ability to achieve a goal, and it's confidence that you can succeed. If you have self-belief, you are confident in your ability to succeed. But it's also tied up in how you think of yourself and how you see yourself, and also kind of how you position yourself in your business. So it's all tied up with how you think and feel about yourself. It's a trust in your own abilities, and it's also a knowing that you can do it. You just know you can do it. There is no doubt. Now, understand that even the most experienced and successful entrepreneurs have self-doubt at times. But the big difference is that they know how to turn it around, and that's what we're going to get into today. So why is self-belief important? Really, self-belief is the power behind our actions and achievements, because without it, self-doubt creeps in and it actually paralyzes it. We believe other people are smarter, more skilled, or just better at something, and we tend to feel inferior. We worry about what other people will think if I do this or I say this particular thing, and there is a deep fear of failure. We believe that success is for others and not for us. We see others succeeding, we haven't achieved that success yet, so we tend to believe that it's not for us. So tell me, do you ever feel like this? Because I certainly have at different times. Have you ever failed in the past and now believe that you can't succeed? And this is something that I see a lot with people with online businesses. They've started out full of enthusiasm, they've gone and placed some ads and done a little bit of training and tried some things, and they haven't worked. And they failed at that little step, and now they believe that they can't succeed. Or do you see others as more successful than you? Because this is very much embedded in our self-belief. Do you feel you don't know enough to succeed, that you don't have enough skills and knowledge? Or are you scared what people will think about you if you fail? Do you question if you can actually do the task ahead? These are all questions tied up in our self-belief. But you know, we were all born amazing. Babies are born with absolutely no idea of what they can and can't do. I mean, watch a baby learning to walk. They fall over, they get up again. And they do this over and over and over until they succeed. Because they believe they can do it. No one ever told them otherwise. And when we're little babies and we're learning to walk, there is so much positive encouragement out there. People are saying, come on, hop up, get up, come on, you can do it, have another try, you can do it. This happens when we're really little, but somewhere along the line, we learn not to believe in ourselves. As children, as we're getting out of that little baby stage, we start to hear or learn that we can't do certain things. People tell us that we can't do certain things, or we might hear that we aren't good at something. And all these things that we hear and we told and we learn become a belief. We take them on as part of us and it becomes a belief. Or we might try something and it doesn't work, so we believe that that's not possible for us. Mainly, our beliefs come from an external source. They often come from other people, and they might be our parents, our siblings, maybe some of our extended family or our friends, or school bullies can affect our beliefs about ourselves, or even work colleagues. And we internalize these voices and they become our beliefs. Now, they can also come from experiences, and that's another external source. But we take on these little voices or these experiences and they become our beliefs. But you know, self-belief is learnable. Just like those negative beliefs that we took on, we can learn self-belief. So just like you learn the negative self-beliefs bit by bit, you can unlearn them and replace them with a positive inner voice. And one of the first steps is to notice when you're hearing those little negative voices and those negative beliefs that are coming up, and discard the negative beliefs that we've accumulated. That's the first step, is to notice them and then take action. Now, we'll talk about that a little bit in a minute, because we're going to look at how do you do that. So we need to dig out those negative beliefs. And one way is to see if you can remember where and when you first heard that negative voice, or that, where you first got that negative belief from. And then recognise it for what it is, because it was someone else's opinion or it was an external influence. And understand and tell yourself that it was never actually true. It's not your true voice. And to take away its power, one way to do that is to give it a silly, squeaky voice. That little voice that's going on in your head telling you that you can't do something, that's taking away your self-belief. Give it a silly, squeaky voice and challenge it. And then flip it around and turn a negative thought into a positive one. Now, it's really important to understand that this negative voice that you're hearing in your head that's turning your self-belief into self-doubt, it's important to understand that this isn't your true voice. It's just a belief that you took on board sometime in the past. Now, if you find that this might be something that you think you need help with, get a coach if you need to, because this is way too important to leave to chance. If you feel you can't change your beliefs yourself, find a coach or a course that might help you. Because the longer we've held these beliefs, sometimes the harder it is to change them. And sometimes we just do need to get someone else to help us. All the very highest achievers have coaches in different areas of their lives. So it's quite okay to get someone to help you change your beliefs. Now, this is a course that I recommend because I've done it and it certainly helped me. It's called Rich Mind, Rich Life. And there's the website to go to, richmind.com.au. It's actually an Australian person, Rick Schnabel, who does this course. But it's an awesome course on changing beliefs. Or if you'd like to talk to me about how I might be able to help you with it, just get in touch with me after you watch this video. But really, if you think you need help, don't hesitate to get help with this, because this is so important. But also know that you can be your own coach. When you hear that negative voice or that negative thought creep up on you, put on your coach's hat and give yourself a talking to. Now, this is really your coach self talking to your anxious self. So it's kind of like, you become two people and you put on your coach's hat and you sit down and give yourself a really good talking to. Tell yourself these are not your beliefs. Talk to yourself as you talk to someone who came to you with advice. I can remember quite a few years ago when we were doing Ironman Triathlon, and in winter our swimming pool closed and we had to swim in the river, which had muddy water, like you couldn't see your hand in front of your face, and it was very cold. It was about 12 degrees Celsius, so it was quite cold to swim in. And I actually got to a stage where I couldn't get into the water because I was just too scared to for some reason. And I actually sat myself down on the bank of the river and talked to myself just like that. I put on my coach's hat and I talked to myself and I told myself all the reasons why I could do it, why I wanted to do it, that I believed that talking to my other self, I believe that you can do this, you know why you want to do it. And I just sat myself down and gave myself a really good talking to. I got in, I went and swam, and I never had another problem after that. So you can be your own coach, and this is kind of how you do it. Put on your coach's hat and talk to your anxious self. Now, also, think of a time when you felt totally invincible. And we've all got times when we've felt totally invincible, when you felt confident and unstoppable. And remember that feeling. And find that feeling when doubt creeps in. Now, you must act and feel like this as often as you can. And especially when you're feeling that little bit of self-doubt come. Take on that unstoppable persona. And the more you remember and hold this feeling, the better you'll feel about yourself and the better your self-belief will start to return. So find that person, that invincible person, and take on that feeling and that persona. It's really important that you create a powerful vision of yourself, for yourself. So you need to see yourself right now as the confident person you want to be. Even if you're not necessarily there yet, you still need to act like that person that you want to be. You need to stand like them, talk like them, feel like them. That feeling like them is probably one of the most important parts of it. Think of that feeling and feel like them. And this is a really great visualization exercise for every morning, to see and to feel yourself being that confident person capable of succeeding, to absolutely feel the success and what it will be like to be there achieving your goals. So be awesome. Self-belief means that you're confident in your own abilities. It's a knowing that you can do this. And self-belief also understands that it's okay to fail, like that little baby falling over. It's fine to fail, but you know that you'll get it right with persistence. And understand that your self-belief will grow over time. As you practice this, it will grow bigger and bigger. And you'll notice others start to react differently to you. You'll accept challenges and you'll thrive on them where previously you mightn't have. And you'll have the courage and the persistence to keep going until you succeed, because you know that you will succeed. So believe in yourself. Understand how awesome you are and the value that you bring to the world. And also understand how important it is to surround yourself with people who believe in you too. And sometimes this is a little bit difficult because you might have someone in your family or in your friends or something who don't believe that you can do what you're doing, that they think you're completely crazy and silly. So it's best to kind of either block that out or move those people a little bit further out of your circle and don't spend quite so much time with them. And surround yourself wherever you can find them with people who believe in you. Step into your greatness because you are great. Understand that you can do it. You totally can do it because I believe in you and I know that you can do it. Remember that. I believe in you. I'm Katie Johnston. I hope that's been helpful to you because self-belief is so important. And it's it can be difficult to change because some of us have held those negative beliefs that we really aren't as smart as we would like to be for a very, very long time. But you can learn self-belief. Understand absolutely that you can learn it. Now these slides are here for you to go back over if you want to and have a little think about this. And, really take on that persona of that person that you want to be, that confident person who believes in themselves. I'm Katie Johnston and I'll talk to you again tomorrow.